your pain. When the dark is closing in, see they want to lock me down. When they try to take me down, we be flying off the ground. When the world is going out, when the earth is falling in. This is the mind, this is the night.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to WDRBmedia, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. You're listening to the KWEENDOM radio show, and I'm your host, LaNinia, the queen with the crooked crown. Today, your show is brought to you by Precious Gifts Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit organization equipping women and girls for self-sufficiency and wellness to overcome life's obstacles. Please visit www.preciousgifts.com for more information on what their services are and what they have coming up. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in this morning. It is February 24th, 2023, and this year I can't help but notice it's just flying by. It seems like as I get older, time gets shorter, but I'm glad you're with me today. And today we're going to go into a topic that has been coming up so frequently for me in talking to women about their dating experiences and their past relationships and things like that. So what has been coming up is narcissism. And to be honest, I recently became familiar with that topic a couple of years ago. And I will say that, certain people that I have encountered, I always felt that something was off or something wasn't right. However, I didn't have a name to put with what was going on with this individual or these individuals. So today we're going to talk about 10 signs to let you know if you're dating a narcissist, because there's some very toxic, dangerous people. And we all, I will say, have probably some behaviors here and there of narcissism. But I'm going to be talking about those malignant, those chronic narcissists that are just very, like I said, pathological narcissists, that their behaviors are repetitive. And just trying to warn you ladies out here, if you aren't familiar with being in a relationship with a narcissist and you have those same questions that I used to have, like, what just happened here? I know I'm not going crazy. So when we come back from the break, I'm going to get into some of these signs that you should look for and recognize and make an informed decision if you are dealing with a person who has these tendencies, because it only escalates. And I just want women out there to just be aware of these type of people that you could get involved with. So once again, you're listening to the KWEENDOM radio show. I'm your host, LaNinia, and you're tuned into WDRBmedia, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. And we'll be right back after the break.
Sometimes we say things that we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are, a little insecure. Oh, you're a shining star. I wanna spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, babe, please wait up for me till whenever I get home. I know that you're all alone, thinking about what you gon' do. I hope that you'll see it through. Ooh, ooh. baby. We shouldn't be anything so much. Overthinking, understanding. Don't let her feel it. Change it up, I wanna spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, baby. Please wait up for me till whenever I get home. I know that I'm all alone, thinking about what I'm gonna do. I hope that I see it through. And squeeze me. And squeeze me.
And you're gonna love me. You're gonna wanna
hold me
and squeeze
me.
And you're gonna love me. You're gonna wanna hold me.
Welcome back to WDRBmedia, the voice of the community, and those streaming live through free TuneIn radio app and Streama. You're listening to the Queendom Come radio show, and I'm your host, LaNinia, the queen with the crooked crown. And if you're just tuning in, we're discussing narcissism and some signs to tell if you're dating a narcissist. And so a lot of this information I retrieved from Psychology Today. And the key points to remember as I'm going through all of this information about a narcissist is that their persona, it often comes across as they're above other people. They're very self-absorbed, usually highly conceited people. However, to really understand where all that comes from, they're typically hiding a very fragile self-esteem problem. So all of that grandiose type of, behavior, seemingly like they're above everyone else, is really because inside they really don't have a high self-esteem. And it's good to know that they're not really interested in others, but only what they can get or extract from other people. The Mayo Clinic research group defines narcissistic personality disorder as a mental disorder in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for admiration. So those with narcissistic personality disorder believe they're superior to others and they have little regard for other people's feelings. So behind that ultra confidence, like I said, is a very fragile self-esteem. They're so vulnerable to the slightest little bit of criticism. So how do you know if you're dating a narcissist? Well, here's one point. They love to talk about themselves. A pathological narcissist loves to talk about himself, often exaggerated, and also someone who likes to dominate the conversation. They like to tell you about their accomplishments or their achievements, which there's nothing wrong with, people telling you about their accolades and what they've done, but they have an excessive focus on materialism and they love putting others down to show their superiority. Number two, they can be charming and romantic, but please keep in mind there's a catch to it. They can come across as alluring and attractive, but that's just in the beginning. They're just trying to win you over, just like a salesperson trying to get you to buy a lemon. So where I don't want you to think anybody who you're just beginning to date that they're their being charming or romantic is that, oh, they're a narcissist. No, however, you'll see over time if that behavior, it changes. Once they feel they have you, then they're not really interested in you too much anymore. They're just going to be trying to get what they can get out of you. So they also, number 3, have a lack of reliability and follow through. They lack a sense of dependability. They really can't be with you or be there for you consistently. So when you observe a pattern of inconsistency between you and them versus what they actually say that they're going to do, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Number 4, they love instant gratification. Since they are so highly self-centered and self-absorbed, they expect instantaneous gratification to fulfill their needs. So this could look like, soon as they text you or call you, you immediately have to call them back or respond. And, if you say no to them or let me think about it, and if they respond to trying to persuade you to not say no, or you'll think about it, because they want what they want at that particular time. It's somewhat like a little child who doesn't know the meaning of, wanting to wait. To me, I feel the narcissists that I've encountered have a delayed development. Something must have happened maybe in their childhood where they have not matured in the sense of knowing that everything is just not going to come to them when they want it, like a child would expect, right? So they're also, number 5, rule breakers and boundary violators. They violate rules. They may disobey traffic laws. A lot of people do that, but, a pathological narcissist will have no regard for other people's thoughts, their feelings, their possessions, their time, their physical space. They may overstep and use others without consideration or sensitivity. They take pride rather than show remorse of the stuff that they do. Okay, 6, entitlement is a big one. Narcissists often expect that they should receive some preferential treatment above others. They expect people to cater to their needs without being considerate to that person in return. In their minds, everything should revolve around them. So pay attention how that person treats service people or waiters or waitresses, support staff, or if they order people around, or points out flaws in service workers or people that are there to do a service. Because at some point, that behavior can turn around and end up on you, where they treat you that way. Number 7 is manipulation. They use their partners to meet unreasonable self-serving needs to fulfill their ambitions or to cover up their self-perceived inadequacies and flaws. They basically use their partners to show them off, or to make other people jealous if they have an attractive partner. So be mindful of their manipulation tactics to extend their self, to make themselves look better. Number 8, they constantly put others down. In order to put up the facade of superiority that they feel, that they have, and to disguise their hidden insecurities and inadequacies, some narcissists will constantly put other people down to boost their own acceptability and desirability. Targets of their negative talk can be, something like your friends are clueless, or, talking about past relationships, how flawed and messed up somebody else was that they used to deal with, or their managers are incompetent. You know, everyone else has the problem, but not them. During the initial part of your relationship with this person, they'll give you plenty of compliments and all that, but pay attention to their passive aggressive jokes and comments about your background or body features or what you're wearing. Consider if those remarks that they're making are reasonable, or are they trying to get you to change, to do something more so of what they would want you to do. So I'm going to round off this list after the break with the last few signs to show if you're possibly dealing with a narcissist, and maybe some advice for how you can make a different choice. So you're tuned in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Back then when I was a new youngin', Charlie, you were trying to run on me. I've been going on my own. I've been doing things unknown. It's a day one, you running right back. Say the drama, you running off track. It's a one life, you tell me one life. One time, you tell me one time. Open your eyes, baby. Can you be wise, cause I'm a pride, baby. I'm on the way, I'm on the run, baby. Leave me alone, take it by now. I put you on it. Say you want chance to hold it on me. I feel I hold it back. Turn you right around and take it my way. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. Say, tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no more damages. Back then when I was a baby girl, I was yours and you were my world. Tell me what you wanna do for me now. Take it down and I will hold you to run my race, cause you run it right there. Run my race, cause you take it right there. I've been down, I've been running right there. I've been out, cause you take it back there. Pull up tonight, I might be risky. Buy me stomach, forget the whiskey. But you still wanna get back with me. You tryna be the one and deal with. Don't got my phone, you're not in my band. You missed the way in at the one chance. I live my life, don't need you with me. Yeah. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. So tell me what you need from me now. You know where I need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no. No more damages.
Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, and those streaming live through free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Thy Queendom Come radio show. I'm your host, LaNinia, the queen with the crooked crown. And if you're just tuning in, we were giving 10 signs to know if you're dealing with a narcissist or dating a narcissist. And when we left off with number 8, we are now talking about number 9, and that is A narcissist could be a person who reacts negatively when you don't give them what they want, because many narcissists can't stand rejection, and they will frequently react negatively when you don't give them what they want. And it's common for narcissists to have outbursts of anger. A small disagreement with them can quickly erupt into a major conflict because they won't take responsibility. Everything is someone else's fault. Everything. And even if they treated you nice in the beginning, like I said earlier, notice if they put down and denigrate their ex, or if they act entitled, or they're inconsiderate, manipulative, or demeaning of other people. Because at some point, that's going to flip around and you'll be on the receiving end of that narcissistic abuse. And I did say abuse because dealing with an extreme narcissist is abuse. They do inflict emotional, mental abuse on their partners. And ladies, there are women narcissists as well. The commonality is usually men are narcissists, but you need to learn to spot this narcissistic abuse, because even if he's not hitting you, that mental mind, oh goodness, the mental mind manipulation is so damaging. And you can't excuse that bad behavior because it's a pattern. So be alert to your red flags in dating. Pay really close attention to how they elevate themselves and how they act when you tell them no to something. Really watch out for those tantrums and, really extreme behavior. They could also be passive aggressive. They can give you the cold shoulder, the silent treatment, sarcastic, and emotional coercion. That's what I was talking about. Nothing is ever their fault. So they blame you, guilt trip you, call you ungrateful. They threaten to withhold their love or whatever they feel love is, because they're pretty much incapable of empathy for anybody. And then a lot of times they play the victim of everything. In another final 10, they lack a commitment to I would say, faithful, committed relationship. A lot of narcissists, they do get involved in relationships, but best believe they usually have somebody on the side, whether they're single or they're married. Just be mindful, because of their selfish nature. If you've realized that you are dealing with someone who has a narcissistic personality disorder, you must set your boundaries and look at those red flags, look at those inconsistent behaviors, and, decide if that's something that you really want to be involved with, especially if it's early on in the relationship. If you're a codependent, because, codependency is basically you're with a narcissist. It's like you still love them, even though they may be emotionally abusive, and you find it difficult to leave. That could be part of something that you need to look into deeper for yourself. If you've had an abusive upbringing with a parent, a narcissistic mother or father who didn't value your needs or your feelings, then you may feel more obliged to deal with this relationship. My suggestion would just be to seek therapy. I'm a big advocate on therapy and mental health, and do what's best for you. Like I said, especially if it's early on and you see these signs, my advice is run, because it doesn't get better. I will end this on the fact that most narcissists do not ever get help for their disorder because of the nature of a narcissist, they don't feel like anything is really wrong with them. So it's up to you to do what's best for you, ladies, and to take the best care of you for you. And that's all I have to say about that topic today. And I am very grateful that you joined me. And please continue to tune in every Friday at 9:30 a.m. If you need to connect with me, you can do so by sending an email at info@preciousgiftswithaz.com or 800-988-3044. You've been listening to the Queendom Come Radio Show. I'm your host, LaNinia, on WDRBmedia, the voice of the community, for double the information and inspiration. Until next week, continue to be a blessing. And remember, you are the gift. Ashe.
I tell you the truth all the time. If I say it's you, I'll be lying. Need to let you go, it is time. Feelings getting old, we got nothing to show. A terrible psycho, yeah. A million thoughts, a million words, a million times I put you first, a million days. All the lies kept me down. Gonna love myself, and I don't need your help.
Where the mind go when the love's lost? Why try more when we done for? What I want more than love, self-love more. And I can never find it cause my heart pumps for. I'm so confused, my shoulder's weak, my pride is few, my soul is blue. We don't love to lie, but we don't like the truth. And cause life ain't good, it's goodbye to you, I'm sorry. The lights is on, I mean it's over for the party. Right the wrongs and go and focus on the problems. Nice alone, I'm fighting vices cold and hot and vice versa. And it's her, I'm withdrawn. It's her, I'm withdrawn.
A million thoughts, a million words, a million times I put you first, a million days. All the lies kept me down. Gonna love myself, and I don't need your help. No. And I don't need your help. Gonna love myself, and I don't need your help. There's no greater love than God Himself. So I'm gonna love myself. A million thoughts, a million words, a million times I put you first, a million days. All the lies kept me down. Gonna love myself, and I don't need your help. Million times I put you first, but not no more. Million. Can I love myself? And I don't need your help.
Hi, this is LaNinia, host of the Queendom Come Radio Show. By being on air, I'm able to encourage, enlighten, and support women of all ages. I'm grateful that this platform allows me to remind my sisters that you are the gift. Tune in Fridays, 9:30 a.m. WDRBmedia, the voice of the community.
Got me on the wheel, I'ma drive it, but they wanna raise up the mileage. Well, I don't like to turn my back, it's so I work and give back. May I just drive today my lane? I got the gang behind now. Listen when they call my name. I found a voice within me. No man can curse what God has made. So I can take your pain when the dark is closing in. See, they want to lock me down. When they try to take me down, we be flying off the ground. When the world is going out, when the earth is falling in. This is the mind, this is the light. This is the dawn, this is the way. I see the drink.